Yo, what is up gamers? My name is Russ. Welcome back to another weekly vault opening video. I'm sat here on my Demon Hunter and it is actually vault opening time on EU at 5:40 in the morning. So I'm up pretty late to make this video for you guys. But yeah, I've got 3 vaults today and we're going to start on my Demon Hunter. This is my current main. We're sitting at 414 eye level equipped. I got some upgrades coming today. I got these 421 shoulders in my bag to put into the catalyst. So that's a nice little upgrade if we get nothing from the vault. Also got a bottled essence in my bag, so I can craft like maybe a cloak or maybe the engineering braces as well. But we're going to first see what we get in the vault. And I'm going to jump on my priest and my shaman. Okay, so let me give you the quick rundown of what I'm looking for. Probably a 421 weapon would be okay. I'll happily take that one. Otherwise, I still really want a trinket. We sadly didn't kill Broodkeeper in the last reset. Otherwise, because I got 3 mythic raid slots in this vault. If we'd have killed Broodkeeper, we got it to 2%, and we sadly didn't kill it in the reset. So there would have been a chance to get like, there would have been 3 slots, which could have been the mythic Grief Torch, which would have been huge. Other than that, I guess there's, I could get the glaive from Deathia. I could get maybe like a tier gloves. I think 411 tier, 421 tier gloves. Could be okay, or 421, you know, mythic plus piece, which I can catalyst into tier gloves or something. That would be fine. But the things I'm really looking for is either a Hunger of the Pack trinket, or even a whetstone trinket. At this point, I'd happily take that. I just really don't like using this puzzle box. I've been using it for weeks and weeks now. So that's kind of what we're looking for. Weapon, Hunger of the Pack, or whetstone, and then yeah, like an off piece, I guess, that we can turn into in the catalyst, right? So let's just open it up and see what we get. A storm slash could be cool. I'm gonna make sure I'm doing this in havoc, and then we'll jump on my shadow priest, which is also now an absolute pumper at 414. But let's do this one first. We go for the Fear Glaive and an off piece as well for gloves. Okay, that's 2 usable things. And then this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. Okay, because I was actually thinking maybe this week would be a socket. There was like a good chance it would be a socket. I think I should play the glaive here. All right, I've been doing a ton of sims, no lifestyle, and I think I'm actually going to go with a socket because here's my logic, okay? If I take this glaive, I'll show you the sim. I'd have to use this in my main hand and then either put my current crafted one into my offhand, which is a pretty minor DPS increase, or I can stop using my crafted one entirely and then re-embellish my chest with the blue silken lining, which is like a 600 DPS upgrade. But then if one of them drops in the raid, then you know, I can't use it anymore. So it's like I'm the only DH, so, and I don't really need 2 of them because I got a storm slash for my offhand. So this is like very minor DPS increase, to be honest, and I get pretty much the same DPS upgrade just by taking a socket for my belt. You know, this is with the blue silken lining, which, you know, if it doesn't have a good uptime, it's not going to be like that crazy. So I'd imagine it's a bit less than 600 by doing that. You know, difference being 170 DPS. I'd actually rather take the just like reliable at all times stats off the socket and just be done with it. It works in all the content I want. Doesn't rely on any uptime, healing, health percent, all that stuff. So actually I think I'm just going to go with a socket, and then if one of these drops in the raid, then I'll do the thing where I re-embellish with the silk lining. And the reason I'm not taking the gloves is because I already need to use my catalyst charge this week on shoulders. So I think I'm just gonna run the socket, to be honest, and I could regret this, but I think I'm okay with it right now because it's just like I know I'm getting straight up like linear upgrade with the stats off the socket here. So I'm just gonna run it. Now we get 22 Shadow Moon Burial Grounds, which should be an easy 23 key. So I was excited to show you guys my priest last week. It's ascended even further this week. I got myself a feather. I got myself a shadow gem. I got 2 of these 421 tier pieces. I used up my valor. I've got some valor to upgrade these boots to 415 as well, and then I'm going to chuck them in the catalyst if I don't get a big, you know, gloves piece today to throw in the catalyst. So that will be my catalyst for this week because they go to haste mastery, which is the best stats for shadow priest. So what I'm really hoping for in this vault, honestly, it's got 3 mythic plus 421 slots because I actually did 8 20s on this character last week. I think I might have done some heroic raids as well on it. I can't actually remember. I think I might have done 6 out of 8 mythic on 6 out of 8 heroic on this. So there's potential that we could get some braces here. Maybe a helm 421 would be okay as well because it's got good stats. I could throw that in the catalyst as well. Boots would be fine because I can catalyst boots. And yeah, probably a trinket, probably a rage feather or a shadow moon, shadow gem at 421. Or I think there's one more trinket that I wouldn't mind too much, but I can't think what it is right now. So I guess we're just gonna open it up and see what we get, to be honest. Honestly, I just hope it's better than DH one. So let's just do it. Let's just run it down. But crazy that I can get 14 eye level without touching mythic. We get Umbra Skull's Fractured Heart. What is this? Your abilities have a chance to crystallize your target, inflicting arcane damage if a target dies. They explode, dealing to all nearby enemies. I feel like I've never heard of this trinket, so it probably isn't good. I'm gonna check anyway, because that feels like a feather that, like, if it dies with it on it, it does the damage to everything around it, which could actually be kind of okay in AoE. I'm gonna definitely give it a check. Either Hurricane, neck, useless. This one is a neck, it's useless. This, not a terrible cloak, to be honest. It's got a good amount of haste on it, so it could be worth it, maybe. These ones, not good. This one I already have 421, so honestly, if this is no good, I'll probably take the cloak. I could go socket on this as well, but 421 cloak with not too bad stats, I could probably see myself going for that, to be honest. I did finally get a belt, by the way. I was cursed with a 359 belt, blue belt, for weeks and weeks and weeks, but I finally got myself a bold essence and I crafted myself a 418. So I could also socket this belt, and then like maybe craft some engineering braces or something with my next spark. That would be probably the play, to be honest. Engineering braces and then socket this belt, chuck these ones in the catalyst. But I'm definitely gonna double check this trinket because I've actually never seen it, and it reads like it could be okay, at least in N+, but I'll have a little check. Okay, so I run a little check. This trinket is poo-poo in all situations, apparently. So I'm tempted to take the 421 cloak just so that I can get that massive eye level bump up from 405 that I'm currently wearing. And then I can upgrade those boots. And honestly, I'll probably have higher eye level on this character than my DH. The priest, the socket is also really, really good on the priest, which would give me a lot of damage, to be honest, and scales really well with number of targets, but I guess the cloak does too. And I feel like as the weeks go on, it's going to be easier to just take socket every week and get that, whereas I might not see a cloak again. It's not the absolute best stats, but it does have a lot of haste on it, and crit is still not too bad. So I think I'm just going to run, because like if I take 2 sockets in a row this week on the YouTube video, you guys are not going to tune in next week, right? Because I'm just going to be taking sockets. So I'm going to take the cloak for the banter and to keep you guys entertained. So 1 like and 1 subscribe for the cloak pick. Okay, boys, we're going to take the cloak pick. And I'm actually probably going to have a higher eye level on my priest ult than I do on my DH. There we go. And we got nice 21 ruby life pools, cursed key. There you go. Boom. 415 eye level, officially ahead, and I can go upgrade these boots and throw them in the catalyst now as well. So I'm finally delivering on the promise of getting one on my chamois on the old faithful bank shock. Usually rocking the enhancement, sometimes the elemental, but in this case we actually had to play resto. Because no one else would, and we couldn't find a healer for a key, so somehow I got it done. And honestly, Resto Sham, I still love the spec. If you remember my Shadowlands Vault openings, you know that I played some Resto Chamois. But yeah, everything's changed. I didn't know the spec or anything. This is my first dungeon playing it in Dragonflight, and yeah, we healed a 16. Obviously we had like a tank that was kind of doing a lot of damage and stuff, but a nice little weekly I got on him, so thank you to the guys. I've got 2 slots. One's a 16 Mythic plus Vault, and the other is probably like an 8 or something. So it's going to be 1 okay one and 1 terrible one. We're most likely just going to take whatever we get in the slot, but I'm wondering, do I open this one? I feel like I open it in Enhance. Yeah, we open it in Enhance, and we'll see what we go with. Let's just do it. Because I think I want to play that more in this character. And we go with some braces with a socket. Wow, okay. So, yeah. I'll take that. Crit verse, not good stats to be honest, but the socket is pretty big. I could take these gloves, which I could then put into the catalyst and get 2-piece because I actually have a tier helm on this character. So I could grab a 2-piece. But this is a socket. How I wonder what these go into in the catalyst. I feel like I just have to take, you know, the socket pick at this point. Not great, but I could maybe put these in the catalyst and re-roll them or something, since I got some charges on this guy now, right? And then the next gloves I get from M+, I can just throw them straight in and grab the tier pieces. In fact, I should have 3 or 4 charges, 3 charges, I think, on this guy now, right? Or 4 maybe. So I can actually just, as soon as I get a piece from M+, just throw it in and catalyze it straight away. So I think we go with these. Yeah, we're going to go with these because socket is huge, and I'm pretty sure it keeps the socket through the catalyst now. I think they fixed that bug that I was on about a couple weeks back. And we got 16 Astrovault, which funnily enough was the key that we did before. All right, so boom, 2.69 eye levels exactly we got on the Bank Shock there. And I'm kind of looking forward to playing this character a bit more this week as well. But yeah, that's my weekly vault opening. Hopefully yours was better than mine. Not a huge week for me this week, but maybe I'll find a way to make this video fun and entertaining. Feel free to subscribe, like, and check out the live stream twitch.tv/JustRuss. And I'll see you guys over there. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next YouTube video. And yeah, have a great day. May the vaults be with you. And as always, peace.